Good morning, students. Hope you all are go through your previous content. So in that I am just give you a quick recall on the topic matter around us. So in that we are discussed about matter and classification of matter based on the chemical composition and discussed about elements, compounds, mixtures and its properties. Okay, so now I am going to give a quick recall on the types of mixtures and solutions. Okay, so mixture, already you know, it is a it contains two or more kinds of elements or compounds are both in a physically mixed in any fixed ratio. Okay, so in that mixture we can see some of them are the components can be seen by our naked eyes. So in many of the mixtures the components cannot be seen. So based on that the mixture can be classified into two types. One is homogeneous, another one is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so what are the two types of mixture? One is homogeneous, another one is a heterogeneous mixture. So in homogeneous the components cannot be seen separately. The components cannot be seen separately. In homogeneous the components cannot be seen separately. For example, if I take one glass of water and adding 1 spoon of sugar in it, stir well, what will happen? The sugar particles are dissolved in water. After that we can see the sugar particles in the water? No, it cannot be seen. It forms a clear solution. So that type of solution is called as a homogeneous solution. So in homogeneous solution the components cannot be seen separately. The components cannot be seen separately. So what about the heterogeneous solution? The components can be seen separately. The components can be seen separately. Then it is called as a heterogeneous solution. So this is the first difference between the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so it has a uniform composition. Which one? Homogeneous solution has a uniform composition. Heterogeneous solution does not have a uniform composition. Okay, so the properties must be same. Each and every part of the mixture has the same properties in homogeneous solution, and the properties does not have a same in heterogeneous solution. Okay, these are the difference between the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. So homogeneous solution the components cannot be seen separately. In heterogeneous solution the components can be seen separately. So it has a uniform composition. In homogeneous mixture the heterogeneous mixture does not have a uniform composition. Each part of the mixture has the same property in homogeneous solution, and in heterogeneous mixture each part does not have the same property. So these are the difference between the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture, and they are given so many examples for that. So kindly go through all those things. And now I am moving to separation of mixtures. Okay, so already we discussed elaborately about the various separation techniques of that mixture. So I just give you a quick recall. What are the techniques that we are using for the different types of homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture? Okay, so if it is a solid mixture, we are using so many methods. Here in 9th standard we are discussing about sublimation technique. Okay, so what is meant by sublimation? When we heated a certain substance, if you are heating a certain substance, the solid substance directly goes into a gaseous state. Once if it is cooled down, the vapor becomes into a solid. Okay, so this is the sublimation technique. So if it is a solid we are using sublimation. If it is an insoluble solid and liquid we are using centrifugation. Okay, so this is the main principle used in a washing machine. Okay, so if the cloth should be dried with squeezed out from the water with the help of a centrifugation technique. Okay, so if it is a two immiscible liquids, what is meant by immiscible liquid? Liquids do not mix with each other. For example, mix oil and water, what will happen? They mix together? No. So the oil should be float on the top of the water. Okay, so that type of immiscible liquids we are using separating funnel. We are using separating funnel. Okay, so the next one is soluble solid and liquid. Soluble solid and liquid. So here they are using evaporation, distillation and crystallization, but we are going to discuss about distillation. So distillation, there are two types of distillation we are used. One is simple distillation, another one is a fractional distillation. Okay, so if it is a two miscible liquid, for example lemon juice and water, so mix panamna, what will happen? Both are mixed together. Okay, so two miscible liquids we are using fractional distillation. Okay, so next one is solution of two or more solid in a liquid. Two or more solids in a liquid. So what we are using? Chromatography. Okay, so you have to remember the techniques and the types of mixtures. If it is a solid, sublimation, insoluble solid and liquid, centrifugation, two immiscible liquid, two immiscible liquids, separating funnel, solid and liquid we are using distillation, and miscible liquids, fractional distillation, two or more solids we are using chromatography. So all those things are explained, and where they are used you have to remember and go through it. Okay, so solvent extraction we are using separating funnel. So this is a separating funnel. See the picture and go through it. Okay, so next, solvent extraction, where it is used. Kindly remember the uses also. It may be asked in 1 mark, 2 mark. They may be asked, write any 2 uses of solvent extraction or where it is used, the technique. Okay, so in perfume development process and dye producing process. Okay, so by using this method we can obtain various dyes. Okay, obtain dyes from the various sources. Okay, so next, distillation is nothing but obtaining pure liquid from solution. Maybe asked in 1 mark or 2 mark. Distillation is a process of obtaining pure liquid from solution. So distillation is nothing but the combination of evaporation and condensation. Both evaporation and condensation occurs at the same time. It is known as distillation. Okay, so here they are using, we are discussing simple and fractional distillation. What is the difference between the simple and fractional distillation? So if the boiling point of the liquid differs more than 20 K, 25 K, we are using simple distillation. So if the boiling points of the liquid differs more than 25 K, we are using simple distillation, whereas if the difference of the boiling points is less than 25 K, we are using fractional distillation. So this is the major difference between the simple and fractional distillation. Okay, and then we are discuss about chromatography. So here the adsorption and absorption are important, and we are discussing and we were discussed already about paper chromatography. This is the one type of chromatography which is used to separate the different colored dyes in a sample ink. Okay, sample of ink various colors of dyes separate பண்றதுக்கு we are using paper chromatography. And then we are discussed about solutions also. So solution is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more substances. They may be asked in a 2 mark question. So define solution, or what is the solution? So solution is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more solutions. Okay, so in short, solution can be represented as solute plus solvent. Okay, solute plus solvent. Solute plus solvent gives solution. So what is meant by solute? So already I told, if I take 1 spoon of sugar, mix it with water, what will happen? We get a solution, that clear solution. So that 1 spoon of sugar, okay, the amount, the component present in lesser amount by weight is called solute. So either sugar kuda irukka, water kuda irukka, water da kuda irukka. Okay, sugar very konjama da podrom. Okay, so the component present in lesser amount by weight, adha enadhu solute. Okay, so oppositely, the component present in lesser amount by weight is called as a solute. So to this opposite, the component present in the larger amount by weight is called as a solvent. Is called as a solvent. Okay, so and we are discussing about the types of solution. What are the 3 types of solution? One is true solution, another one is colloidal solution, and the third one is suspensions. Okay, suspension. Okay, so we want to go through the difference also. These three major difference between the 3 types of solution is nothing but particle size. What it is? Particle size. Okay, and in colloidal solution they may be discussed so many types, 8 types of states based on the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So solid, 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 solid liquid, solid gas aerosol, solid gel, liquid emulsion, liquid gas aerosol, gas solid form, gas liquid form. So all those things are explained, and Brownian moment. So if you see the colloidal solution with the help of the microscope, it can be seen the colloidal particles are moving here and there rapidly. It must be moving here and there in a zigzag direction. So this is called as a Brownian moment. So this Brownian moment is due to the unbalanced bombardment of the particles by the molecules in the dispersion medium. Okay, so this may be asked in a 2 mark question. What is meant by Brownian moment? And similarly, Tyndall effect. So if colloidal solution is observed strong beam of light, அதை வச்சு ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி பார்க்கும்போது what will happen, we see the path of the beam. Okay, so அதோட the solution, the collider solution, the path of the beam becomes visible. The light போகிற beam நமக்கு அப்படியே தெரியும். Okay, so that's why the blue color of the sky is due to Tyndall effect. Blue color of the sky is due to Tyndall effect. So these are the examples. And headlights, vehicle போகிற headlight எல்லாம் பார்க்குறோம் இல்லையா, so the beam of the light எப்படி வருது அப்படின்னா because of Tyndall effect. Okay, so all those things you have to remember and go through this table also. This is the difference between the suspension colloidal solution and solution. So already explained. Kindly revise all those things and prepare well for your revision exam. Before entering into the midterm exam, go through all those assignments what you are given already, and once again you just answer all those questions already asked to you. So prepare well and do your midterms exams well. All the best students. Thank you.